America! Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing a divided America going to war. In June of 1812, President James Madison asked Congress to declare war on Great Britain for refusing to honor American maritime rights. Madison's hand was forced by the young firebrands who made up the 12th Congress, men like John C. Calhoun and Felix Grundy. But the ringleader was 34-year-old Henry Clay of Kentucky, who was elected Speaker of the House by his fellow war hawks. Support for the war was not unanimous, as New England, dominated by Federalists, strongly opposed the conflict. They pointed out that although the main issue voiced by the Madison administration was violations of American rights on the high seas, the American plan called for a land war against British Canada to secure them. Consequently, critics such as John Randolph argued that American expansionism was a true motive behind the declaration of war. But to the Democratic Republicans, Canada seemed an easy conquest, with Thomas Jefferson stating, "The acquisition of Canada will be a mere matter of marching." When the vote on Madison's request was taken on June 18, 1812, it was the closest vote in our country's history on a declaration of war, with the Senate passing the measure by a 19-13 margin, while in the House the vote was 79-49. Besides being unpopular, the nation simply was not prepared for war, especially not against the world's greatest power. At the start of the conflict, the Army was comprised of only 7,000 regulars and 5,000 volunteers, scattered in garrisons across the country. Initially, the leadership of the Army was weak, as President Madison appointed generals based on political leanings rather than on talent. Madison selected 62-year-old Henry Dearborn as the overall commander, and 63-year-old Thomas Pinckney as second in command. Neither man had seen active military service since the Revolution. His other key generals were also political appointees, including William Hull and Stephen Van Rensselaer, both well past their prime. It would not be until multiple disasters on the battlefield forced Madison to turn to younger, more talented men such as Winfield Scott, Andrew Jackson, and William Henry Harrison. The United States Navy was also unprepared for war due to a lack of funding by both the Jefferson and Madison administrations. Consequently, the Navy had only 16 warships, including 8 frigates, but most of which were in various states of repair. But importantly, the men who had captained the ships so well in the Barbary War were still active and eager for laurels, including Stephen Decatur and Oliver Hazard Perry. The American strategy called for a 3-pronged invasion of Canada. One led by Dearborn to capture Montreal and sever the British supply line to Upper Canada, and another led by Van Rensselaer to secure the Niagara frontier. But it was the Western theater that would initiate the war. Next week, we'll discuss the surrender of Detroit. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.